Well, welcome back, remote students. It is so nice to see you guys once again. So welcome back to another wonderful Wednesday. And today we will finish our book called The Energy Bus. And we will talk about that. But as you surely noticed this week, that it is National Dot Week. Some of you guys might remember Mrs. Henry reading the book The Dot to you. So this is kind of like the theme for this lesson. And we're going to learn how to make our mark on the world through the energy bus. So remember when we first started this book, we learned rule number 1 and rule number 2. So rule number 1 is we have to create a positive image of ourselves. And rule number 2 is that we are supposed to fuel up ourselves with positive energy. So remember, George just got on the bus. He was talking to Joy, stating, he had a good day and so on and so forth, but there were still things that kept him down. And so the children were like, yes, tell us, Joy, tell us what we need to do next. So once again, I'll read the book and then I'll show you guys the pictures because there's a lot of writing on these. So the next morning, George stepped onto the bus feeling more positive than ever. Someone is looking very happy today, Joy said, smiling at George. I feel like my tank is full of positive energy, George said with a big smile on his face. I love it, George. Make sure you keep filling your tank with positive energy. Throughout the day at school, she gave him a few tips to remember. Smile, dig. Be thankful and fuel yourself with positive energy and beliefs. Then she asked George to repeat herself. I am ready for a great day. I believe in myself. I trust that I will accomplish my goals and dreams. And there's a picture of George and Joy talking. The energy bus pulled to school and George stepped off, ready to take on the day. As he walked towards the building, he heard Joy cheer. Remember, George, if you fuel up with positive energy, you can go as far as you can dream. Dream big, George. Dream big. And there is Miss Joy cheering on George. You would think that George stepped onto the bus that afternoon full of positive energy, but he didn't. Instead, he walked on looking very sad and upset. What's the matter? What happened to my positive energy guy? Joy asked. I did everything you said. I fueled up with positive energy, but it didn't stop the bullies at school from teasing me and embarrassing me, George said with tears in his eyes. I'm so sorry you had to deal with these bullies, said Joy. I was bullied when I was a kid, and it didn't feel very good. Joy then raised her voice in the entire bus and said, listen up, kids. Do not be a bully. Don't be mean. Don't say hurtful things to others. It will take you down the road of negative life. Instead, choose to be kind and travel down the positive road. Take a close look at that road. You have the positive road, and then you also have the negative road. We always want to take the road that's got the light on it, which means for positive. Joy then turned to George and said, bullies are just one of many types of negative people you will face in life. Some may say things about you. Others feel so bad about themselves that they try to make you feel bad too. Rather than driving their own bus, they try to ruin everyone else's ride. That's why I always want you to remember the next rule, Joy said as she picked up a piece of paper on the dashboard for George and for everyone to see. Rule number 3, no bullies allowed. This means you stay strong and positive. And you know that bullies can't drain your positive energy. If you don't let their negativity into your mind. Negativity comes from many forms, but positivity is much more powerful than negativity. The key is to become more positive than negative. of your face, of what you face. I understand, George said as the positive energy bus approached his bus stop. He walked off the bus, realizing that he needed to be more positive than the bullies were being negative. And he also knew he needed a plan to neutralize the bullies so that they would be equal. I hope you would have come up with some ideas tomorrow, said Joy. There's Joy saying, no more bullies. None. So let's see what happens. The next day, when morning came, George got onto the bus. He took his seat near Joy. Joy smiled at him and told him that she had been thinking all night about how to deal with these bullies at school. Good, because I need a plan, said George. Well, I have the plan just for you, said Joy. First, you must avoid them. Do your best to stay away from all those bullies that try to zap your positive energy. Second, when they are mean, you confront them. You say, you are bullying me. Stop bullying me. And then walk away. Then picture yourself driving your bus and shutting the door on them so that they can get on their words, so that you can get on and that their words do not affect you. Third, tell your parents, your teacher, and your principal. No one should have to deal with bullying. It's wrong. Okay, I will try my best, said George as he walked off the bus towards the building where the bullies waited for him in the hallway. When the bullies saw George, they began teasing him. But George was ready. He stayed positive and told himself to be strong. He told them to stop bullying. Then George pictured himself shutting the door to the bus on them and keeping them off his bus as he walked away. He could hear the teasing continued, but he didn't let that bother him. In the past, he allowed them on the bus, but not today. Today, he kept them off his bus, and he felt more positive than ever. The minute the school bell rang, he ran to the bus to tell Joy. It worked, it worked, it worked, he cheered. I am so happy for you, said Joy. Positive energy is a powerful thing. And do you know what's the most powerful form of positive energy? Asked Joy. I don't know, said Joy. What is it? It's love. And it's so powerful that it's part of the next rule that I want to share for you. Rule number 4. Love your passengers. This means you become a powerful force of positive energy and share love with your passengers. Who are my passengers? Asked George. Me, said everyone. They are your fellow students, friends, teachers, siblings, family, and the people who you interact with every day. Love everybody, George. Love everybody. Be kind. Help others. Make a difference. When you show kindness to others, you attract kindness like a magnet. You surround yourself with so much positive energy that the negativity doesn't even affect you, said Joy. Most importantly, when you put love into action, you can change the world by loving one act at a time. So it takes one act of love to change everything. The energy bus then pulled up to George's stop. As he walked away from the bus, he waved to Joy, and he decided he was going to start showing kindness and love to his passengers at home. So let's see what kind of cool things George does at home. That night, George spent extra time petting his dog. He was kinder to his sister and told his mom that he loved her cooking. The next morning, he made sure he woke up on time and he ate his breakfast. knowing that this would make his mom very happy. At school, George smiled and encouraged those who were having a bad day. He shared his lunch with a girl who forgot her lunch. He was extra kind to a girl that everyone teased, and he even made her smile. He helped the boy who dropped his book in the hallway. George was so kind in the positive energy that the bullies stayed away from him, and he surrounded himself with positive energy. So many great things George did today. He left his mark on so many people. When George walked on the bus this afternoon with a big smile on his face, he told Joy that he knew the next rule of the energy bus. "What is it, George?" she asked. "It's enjoy the ride." And he said, "One second." Sorry about that, friends. So, it's enjoy the ride. He said he had learned that when you follow the energy bus rules, you will enjoy a lot more. So, rule number 5, enjoy the ride. George then pulled out a picture he had made in art class and gave it to Joy. She looked at the picture and smiled. It was a picture that listed the 5 rules of the energy bus. 5 rules! So 1 is to create a positive self-vision. 2, fuel your ride with positive energy. 3, no bullies allowed. 4, love your passengers. And 5, and enjoy the ride. Sound like 5 simple rules. I made 1 picture for you and 1 picture for me. 1 for our school as well, said George. I shared the picture with our principal, and now she's going to share the rules with all the teachers and students. Well, George, I will display this picture proudly on my bus for all my future passengers to see. I will tell them about you and how you choose to fill your life with positive energy. Joy already knew what the others would find out. George was no longer just a passenger on the bus. He had become his own positive driver who could change the world. George would share the energy bus rules with others, his own words, his actions, and they would learn what Joy taught him. The energy bus will surely take you on a ride of your life. Beep, beep, the end. Alrighty, online students, there is a message from George, but we are at our time, and I don't want to keep you guys too much. So next time I will open up what that letter from George is, because George is just a stellar person. So I want you guys, since you guys are home today, try to somehow leave your mark. And a great way to do that is to do what the positive energy bus talked about how we need to fuel ourselves with positive energy day in, day out. Have a positive self-image. Do not let no bullies bully you. Speak up for yourself and say, don't do that. We also need to make sure that we leave that positive mark on everyone. I know you guys are stellar and you guys are doing an awesome job, so keep it up. Let your teachers know how you guys are doing today with your hand signals. So remember, we're doing good. Kind of nervous, antsy. We're kind of sad or mad. But I hope you guys all have a wonderful Wednesday. Make your mark, because each one of you guys are my star in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. So we'll see you guys next week. Have a great week.